My dear brothers from the civil society movement, on Saturday, October 27, 2018, members of the Islamic Movement in Nigeria clashed with military personnel in Zuba, Gwagwalada Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The official statement from the military indicated that members of the group had attempted to obstruct a military convoy transporting weapons with a view to snatching the consignment of weapons. IMN, that's Islamic Movement of Nigeria officials' position was that its members were on a trek to storm Abuja with a 1 million member march to demand the release of their leader, Mr. Ibrahim El-Zakzaky. The confrontation with the military continued on Sunday, October 28, 2018, along the Kubwa Expressway, as the Islamic Movement of Nigeria members again attempted to storm the nation's capital. They attacked security personnel, which in turn necessitated the security personnel to take defensive steps. IMN issued a statement afterwards to malign the personnel they had attacked by lying that they overheard a conversation about orders from above for maximum force to be deployed against their members. On Monday, 29th October 2018, was rendered violent by Islamic Movement of Nigeria members who surfaced this time around in the Karunyanya-Maraba axis with the same goal of attempting to overwhelm Abuja, the nation's capital, in their numbers, and to carry out violent protests under the guise of demanding the release of their leader, El-Zakzaky. These acts of criminality forced handiworking against Nigerians to trek long distance to get to their homes, while children in the affected vicinities have been traumatized by the ringing of gunshots as a result of the face-off between IMN and security operatives. We have now been made aware that more of the stooges paid by the opposition to use the IMN as foot soldiers to foment trouble and use falsehood to catch international attention. A red flag that should be visible to everyone is why Charlie Boy would openly identify with violent extremists when he had all along postured that his activism is for public good. Previous demonstrations or protests by the Islamic Movement of Nigeria members were equally violent. There are enough video clips, and we have them everywhere in our phones. They are on the internet and other reliable media outfits, video clips, pictures, and all of this of people attacking security agents and security establishments, military personnel. As in the case now, some of these members carry weapons, while a large number of them deploy projectiles of various forms that have left several persons hospitalized with varying degrees of life-threatening injuries. This is not good for our nation. Another thing that stands out in the IMN violence is the destruction targeted at public and private property. We therefore caution the appropriate military and security agencies that they have limited time to contain the lawlessness of IMN and take steps to make its members desist from fomenting crisis forthwith. The demanded action will include identifying the cell leaders that are coordinating these attacks on Nigerians and those with the duty of protecting these cells. Where the authorities fail to rein in the IMN, we have no other option than to come out in full to demonstrate that it is not only IMN that has the monopoly to protest. We shall meet the extremist group on the street, member for member, until they learn to respect the secularity of Nigeria and the supremacy of the Nigerian Constitution over dubious sectarian creeds. We strongly advise that the federal government wakes up to its responsibility and proscribes the lawlessness-oriented terrorist organization that the Islamic Movement of Nigeria has proven itself to be. The hate speech by the organization must be curtailed immediately. Failure of the federal government of Nigeria to act within the next 72 hours of this notice will force the civil society organizations in this coalition to stage a mass protest in Nigeria on Monday next week. The United Nations and all relevant supranational bodies are urged to warn the sponsors of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, who are domiciled in Iran, to stop sponsoring terrorism on the Nigerian soil. Its sponsors believe that the poison that the group is spewing on the streets of Nigeria is good. If they believe that this is good for Nigeria, then they should give their members termless visas and one-way flight tickets of these youths and radicalized individuals to come and take up practice in their nation of Iran.